All right, how much you want to bet I can't do this in 90 seconds? Okay, here's our new CX Agent Studio. Look how sleek that is compared to our old Dialogflow CX with, this is actually conversational agents, Dialogflow CX. So we have a little bit of large language models in this version here. I like to think about it in the old days, we had to draw the entire map. We had to do all the routes. We had to do all the stop signs. We had to do all the turns and all the dead ends we had to take care of. Now we just get into a Waymo. Whoops. Here's our Waymo right here, our orchestration agent. We get in there, we tell it what to do, and it kind of takes care of everything. So I have some experts that work along with the orchestration agent. This is for the Washington State Ferry system, so I have a scheduling agent, I have a fare agent, and I have a local guide or a search agent, which helps users find stuff around the ferry terminals if they want it. If we want a new agent, we just push the press button right there. We add a new sub-agent or a new expert. It'll pop up for us. We can give it a name. We can call this, ferry boat information or something. We can describe it here, and it is all set to go. And then we move on to instructions. So the instructions are basically the prompts for each individual expert. So we're going to go ahead and push instructions. You're going to see my prompt here. This tells this particular agent what its job is, how to behave. It tells it a little bit about the constraints. What I want you to notice is a little structure button right here. I'm going to show you what this is for. Every time you open a new expert, we're going to go ahead and add the instructions for this new one right here. You're going to get a blank area for your prompt that you could just go ahead and write in plain English. Once you write this prompt out in plain English, I'm going to put a prompt in here. That structure button is going to show up. What that's going to do is it's going to take the plain English prompt that you wrote and turn it into a perfectly formatted XML version, which works really, really well. Takes about 10 seconds. It'll go through your whole prompt and you will be good to go. So right out of the box, CX Agent Studio gives you a great global toolbox, and it's over here on the right side. So now all your tools are located right here. You click tools. These are some of the tools I have for my little agent here. You want to add a tool, you just get a pick. We got tons of categories to choose from here. Once you build your tool, it's simple as adding the tool to the agent that needs to use it. So look at the schedule agent we have here. If I wanted to add, what do I have in there? Let's say I wanted to add the smart parcel tool to it. Just click it. That'll show up over here on the bottom, just like that. Oops, and we're going to remove that. Let's see what else. We have variables next. You put your variables here. You can add new variables. Has a great set of default guardrails you find right here. You can configure them. But the guardrails, though, that are built in at the outset are just fantastic. You can't throw these agents off balance. Let's see, we have versioning here, and we have your global settings here. The global settings, you're going to pick your model that you're going to use. I'm using the audio model right now. I'm going to show that to you in just a second here. Hooking up voice is just a snap of a finger, click of a button. You can select the voice here, background noise if you want it. And advanced, I always use global prompts significantly in my agents, and you can see here at the bottom your global prompt goes right here. I use that mostly to give my agent a tone of voice. Okay, lastly, I want to give the agent a quick run. I think if you've worked with conversational agents before, picking up CX Agent Studio is going to be really intuitive. I just spent a couple hours with it. You really get a good hang of kind of what's going on. We got a really simple agent here, but it actually covers a lot of ground. So let's go ahead and give it a quick run in the preview. And remember, this is an audio to audio. We're actually having a live conversation with the large language model. We're not doing text to speech or speech to text. We're having a live conversation. So I've been having a little bit of trouble getting it to start. Let's see if we can see if it'll if we get it to work on the main stage here. Hello?
Hi, and welcome to Soundhopper, your Washington State Ferry's assistant. Can I help you with a ferry schedule, ticket prices, or finding something to do at your destination?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a boat over to Vashon Island.
So Vashon connects to both Fauntleroy and Southworth. Which one were you planning on departing from or heading towards?
I'm actually leaving Fauntleroy.
Perfect. Fauntleroy to Vashon. And when were you thinking of heading over?
I'd like to actually go right now. Can you give me the next two ferries?
Looking at Fauntleroy to Vashon, you've got a couple of boats coming up. There's one at 9:20 a.m. and then another one at 10:15 a.m. Would you like me to check the fares for this route or maybe look at return times?
Yeah, why don't you? I'm actually going to be walking on. Can you just tell me how much it's going to cost to walk on one way?
Let's take a look. For a walk-on passenger from Fauntleroy over to Vashon, the fares are adult $745, youth under 18 free, senior disability $370. Just so you know, Washington State Ferries collects fares for westbound travel only. Your return eastbound trip will be free. Would you like me to look at return times or maybe find some things to do on Vashon?
Actually, yeah, I want to grab a cup of coffee when I get over to Vashon. Is there something close to the terminal?
There isn't really anything right at the terminal, so you'll have to head up into town. One, you could try Vashon Island Coffee Roastery. It's got a lot of history. Or there's Cafe Luna, which is another good local spot. Would you like me to look at return times now or maybe check fares for another trip?
I'm good, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Enjoy your time on Vashon. If you need anything else down the road, just let me know.
And there you go, session ended. So that went pretty well. Before I forget, I do want to show you one last thing. When you are running your agent, you can actually go into the agent and it has granular breakdown of everything that happened while your agent was progressing through the conversation. Was really helpful for me when I was building this agent. I could see where problems were occurring. You just click, it shows you what tools were called, how long it took the AI to work, the latency. It was really helpful. Just another convenience factor for CX Agent Studio. Anyway, give it a shot. I hope you enjoy.